So you all know that this is the one of the area where lot of queries are asked regarding the assessment. The students are never satisfied कि for me this case was tough, for other student things were not that tough. So why this discrepancy is there, and the students are always blaming the system and all that. So for that lot of revisions, lot of thinking process has been done, and I feel that this is a very effective tool for taking the assessment of the students, and for as a faculty it is our responsibility that we should develop this OSCE pattern of the assessment in our departments. That's why now we all are aware that National Commission has included OSCE as the assessment tool. It is the essential tool to assess the students, and we all know that this tool is used for the summative as well as formative assessment of the students. So this scenario you can see here, one of our faculty in the Department of Pediatrics is assessing the students. The student is there, patient is there, and he is going to assess the spleen, palpation of the spleen by the student, and their objects are fixed and accordingly marks are given to each student. So there is no discrepancy. There are 10 areas where examiner is going to assess whether student has done this one, that one, and all that, and then finally every student will get marks for same patient with same objects, and this is a very refined assessment tool. Although problem with this tool are also there, that we are going to discuss in our lecture. So objective of my presentation will be define the OSCE and OSPE, appreciate how OSCE differ from conventional evaluation methods, learn how to plan and organize an OSCE and SP, identify their advantage and disadvantage. So we are going to discuss about the assessment tool of the objectively structured clinical examination OSCE, objectively structured practical examination or performance examination OSPE. So as I told you that students are going in exam, one student is getting to do the BP examination, other student is getting the hemoglobin estimation by Salage method, third student is getting the perimetry of the right temporal vision, fourth student is getting the clinical examination of the facial nerve. So what do you think is going on? Obviously very clear in this means assessment that one student is getting maybe easier for most of the students like BP examination, other might be getting very tough perimetry of the right temporal vision. So what is expected as a teacher or from the system is that if we are going to give perimetry of the right temporal vision, it should be for every student, not for the one student. That is discrepancy is sorted out by this OSCE tool. So there is no objectivity, luck factor is there, because every student is getting different patient, different scenario, and assessment by the different examiners. Even examiners are different. One examiner is checking the perimetry, other is checking the BP examination. So assessment is totally different. One examiner might be lenient to give the marks, other might be little hard. So lot of luck factors are working in this matter, and objectivity is totally lost. So to correct those discrepancies, this OSCE was first time tried in UK, in Dundee, in Scotland. So no similar difficulty level, we all know by this examination pattern. So assessment of students is a matter of constant concern. So lot of revisions, even our national board is also thinking of revision of the assessment tool. Lot of competency based assessments are coming nowadays. Nowadays 360-degree assessments are done in the logbook. So those are very effective assessment tool, and the purpose for which we are assessing the students is justified. So what we expect from the assessment tool or assessment system, that it should be valid. What do you mean by valid? Valid means whether it measures what it is supposed to do. So valid means if we are giving the degree of MBBS. So at least students should be able to give certain common drugs, certain common diseases and certain common measures which even a layman or even with a small training some people are working, they can do. Why not our MBBS doctor? So valid means assessment tool should be valid. Whatever it is intended, it should justify that thing, and it should be reliable. What it means? Reliable means that results should be accurate and consistent. Consistent means if that student is examined 2 or 3 times or different students are examined, it should be able to produce the similar result. Means if student is examined 1 time and second time also, result should be same in short period. Like if we give 1 time BP assessment, second time we give the perimetry, so no doubt we know that assessment will be different. So it is not the reliable tool. Reliability is what? We have given 1 time that do the spleen palpation, second time also he will do and he will, results will be same. So that reliability is always expected from the assessment of the students. Relevant, appropriate is in the context of the needs of society. As I told you, our evaluation system should be relevant. Whatever it is intended, it should do. Objective, same if evaluated by the different examination. So like spleen, if done by the one examiner, already there are 10 parameters, and student if doing 1 to 5 correct and 6, 7 not correct, so marks are cut accordingly. So objectivity is so fixed, even examiners are changed, marks attained by the student will be very appropriate. So this objectivity will not be affected by the different exam. It should be feasible also. Feasible means if we need lot of complicated things or complicated means infrastructure, then it might be difficult to assess the student. So it should be feasible also. So OSCE is one system where certain rooms, certain small thing we can do and easily assess the system. So it is feasible also, but certain assessment tools are very difficult to assess. Like if we are doing mini CS examination, it should be in ward scenario, student should be there 15-20 minutes, consultant should be free, and for every student if they are doing, then it might be not be feasible. So it should be feasible also. Conventional clinical practical, what we doing till now is we are doing clinical examination like bedside, or we are giving certain different cases one patient, student is getting, and practical also we are giving different BP, joint movements and different assessment. So process and end results are affected by each other. So validity of the testing formats, this we all know is the Miller's pyramid. We know that there are 4 stages of the learning the things. One is, first thing student should know, then he should able to apply his knowledge, so know how he should be able to explain, and then he should show also if what he knows whether he can perform that thing also, and show how means he should be repeatedly performing those things, make him an expert. So show how is little bit tougher level, but from MBBS what we expected that he should know, and he should know how should be expected out of the MBBS student. So know how we are assessing the knowledge, we are giving the MCQ, we are giving the essay type question, and we are doing the examination. What is know how? We are giving the sequential essay questions or extended long question, or breaking the questions like that, or giving the problem solving, means we are giving the case based question or like that. So know how. Shows means he have to do the performance. Shows come in for OSCE examination, like we are doing our assessment, and it is applicable for short cases and certain instruments for drugs, and for it is the good alternate for the sports also. It is not same like sports. And show how we do the professional practice assessment, which usually we apply in the postgraduates. Show how. So this is a Miller's pyramid of testing the or assessing the students. OSCE, we all know it form is objectively structured clinical examination is the OSCE, and objective structured practical examination is the OSPE. Why this method should be done? I explained already. It is not as spot, because spot examiner is not there, spot is there and 2 questions are always there, whatever thing is there. But here you can see in OSCE that even in certain stations examiner is also present. So examiner is assessing the students and he is having, you can see he is having printed pro forma and he assessing the student. He will give the marks in each pro forma and then students final marks will come on the sheet. So here every student will be judged by the examiner and with the objectively structured question, although student is doing practically demonstrating the skill. So competencies tested are clinical competencies, procedural skills, communication skills. Here we can, one very important thing is that we can check the communication also, which is lacking in most of the exams. So OSCE is the one assessment tool where we assess the communication skill also. Communication means you have to explain the patient what is happening, like febrile seizure, one patient comes, we tell the student that you have to explain the mother in 3 minutes or 2 minutes regarding the disease. So there are objectively structured questions are there regarding what he should cover, how he should greet, how he should know, he should take the opinion of the mother or not. So all those small things which are backbone of the communication are already objectively structured and students are given mark accordingly. So this is very difficult area, although it can also be effectively covered in OSCE. So attitude, ethics. So ethical questions can also be put. Usually we our in theory exam it is difficult to put and answers could be very variable. Here ethical question like 23-week preterm is delivered, whether we should resuscitate or not. So this is one ethical question where a student will reply, although this question is appropriate for the postgraduates, but student has to reply, and there are again objectively structured questions that these areas if he has covered, he will given the marks. So nicely woven, and it is covering so vast area which is expected from our medical graduates. We all know that our medical graduate should not only have the knowledge, but he should work like leader. He should be upgrading his knowledge and he should treat the common disease effectively at the primary health center also. So theoretical concept also we are checking. Psychomotor skills also we are some certain times we are giving certain skills that he has to do on the patient. So that skill can also be, even minicans can be put to check whether he is able to do the lumbar puncture, whether he is able to put IV line or not. So these even skill can also be checked in OSCE station. Observation is there, certain are observation means stations, certain are interpretation stations, and lot of things can be means managed accordingly as per requirement of the subject. So competency we examined are, we take the relevant histories. In one station we can ask about the history question only, other station we can ask examination question, third we can ask the lab investigation related case, or fourth station we can ask about the communication skills. So accordingly 4 means diseases can be covered with 4 different spectrum, and student can be evaluated overall in different areas. So very wide coverage in OSCE is there. So that's why it is very popular and it is accepted in most of the levels. So background is that it was started in 1972 Dundee, Scotland by the R. Harden and F. Glasson. So first literature came in about OSCE was in 1975, British Medical Journal, and they began with OSCE and OSCE. Subject of the international conference at Ottawa in 1985. Now used in more than 50 countries. So this is the background, but now these slides were made around 2 years back, so now it is accepted in most of the countries. One or other way they are using it, or although some countries might not be having the documentation, but it is used in more than even 50 countries, and India is the one country where it is taken as a effective assessment tool by our National Commission or MCI. So this is used for the formative and summative assessments, and there are lot of scenarios are there which we will cover in next our session. How the station should be made, how we should move on the stations, and there should be rest station, that we are going to cover in next class. Thank you very much.